plans. Good morning. Thanks for starting your holiday weekend with us. I'm Joe Fryer. Savannah is off. Family, friends, and colleagues are mourning the loss of 2 Israeli embassy staffers who were killed in Washington Wednesday night. The couple was shot outside the Capitol Jewish Museum, just blocks from the Capitol building. Israel's ambassador to the U.S. said they were planning to get engaged soon in Jerusalem. Now we're learning more about the suspect in this crime and the federal charges that he'll face. NBC News Washington correspondent Alice Barr joins us with the very latest. Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Joe. And that suspect appeared in federal court on Thursday, where he learned that he could face the death penalty for the charges against him, while the victims' families are sharing more about the young lives lost. In the aftermath of the deadly shooting of 2 Israeli embassy staff members outside the Capitol Jewish Museum, shock is giving way to grief for the young couple killed, 30-year-old Yaron Lashinsky and 26-year-old Sarah Milgram.
She was as close to perfect as any human could be.
Sarah's father recalling her love of learning and her desire for peace, including a recent summer job.
The purpose of the organization was to bring young Palestinians and young Israelis together.
A bright future cut short by a bullet. Investigators say fired by this man, 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez.
Both an act of terror and directed violence against the Jewish community, and it has the full and unwavering attention of the FBI.
Witnesses say Rodriguez walked into the museum after the shooting, mistaken for an innocent bystander for several minutes until police arrived.
He walked right up to them. He turned himself in and said, I did this for Gaza. And then he started his chants of free Palestine.
Rodriguez now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder and murder of foreign officials. FBI agents searched his Chicago apartment and are investigating what could be his online writings. Top officials from Capitol Hill to President Trump to Israel's prime minister condemning the attack, as those closest to the couple who were on the verge of getting engaged are left grappling with an enormous loss.
We have great memories, but the future is gone.
Hoping now for justice and peace. And here in D.C., police are increasing their presence at public gatherings around the city, while across the country, security is ramping up at synagogues and other centers for the Jewish community. Joe?
All right, Alice, thank you so much. President Trump's ongoing battle with Harvard University is intensifying. The White House has now blocked the school's ability to enroll international students. It is the latest escalation in the standoff between the Trump administration and the Ivy League school. In the letter from Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announcing the decision, she accuses Harvard of, quote, perpetuating an unsafe campus environment that is hostile to Jewish students. Already, the government had cut more than $2 billion in federal research funding, prompting the school to file a lawsuit. As NBC News senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake tells us, Harvard is calling this latest move unlawful.
The Trump administration escalating its battle with Harvard University, barring the school from enrolling foreign students and ordering the more than 6,700 currently enrolled to transfer or lose their legal status.
27% of their students are foreign students, and they will have to find some other university to go to, and hopefully they find one that cares about them and provides a safe environment.
The White House saying Harvard has become a, quote, hotbed of anti-American, anti-Semitic, pro-terrorist agitators, adding the university now must face the consequences of their actions.
This should be a warning to every other university to get your act together.
Harvard calling the government's action unlawful, adding, we are fully committed to maintaining Harvard's ability to host our international students and scholars.
It's saddening and it's stressful.
Carl Molden is a Harvard student from Austria studying government.
Do you think you'll be back at Harvard in the fall?
It's hard to make a call, I hope. I'm uncertain. I think with this administration, anything can happen.
In April, the administration froze more than $2 billion in federal grants to Harvard over what the White House said were concerns about unchecked anti-Semitism on campus and demands to change hiring and admissions processes. The university's president pressed by Lester last month.
Is this really about anti-Semitism?
I would say that at Harvard, we have a real problem with anti-Semitism. We take it very seriously, and we're trying to address it. We don't really see the relationship to research funding at Harvard and other universities. They are two different issues.
That was Garrett Hake reporting. The Trump administration is also demanding that Harvard turn over all audio and video footage of protests involving international students from the past 5 years. For the latest on the Trump administration, we're joined now by NBC News White House correspondent Yamiche Alcindor. Yamiche, good to have you with us. So sort of along the same lines as this Harvard story, let's start with this decision by a federal judge. It blocks the White House from terminating the legal statuses of international students at universities all across the country. The judge said the administration is, quote, wreaked havoc in attempting to block their statuses. What more can you tell us about this decision?
That's right. Well, this judge in California really issued a sweeping decision saying that the Trump administration is, as you said, wreaking havoc on international students and that they need to stop at this point from targeting students. I want to read to you part of the ruling. It said, at each turn, this and similar litigation across the nation, defendants have abruptly changed course to satisfy courts' expressed concerns. It's unclear how this game of whack-a-mole will end unless defendants are enjoined from skirting their own mandatory regulations. And essentially what the judge is saying that there are very specific rules in this country for how you can revoke the visas of international students, but that he's saying, this judge, that the Trump administration isn't doing that, and that instead that what they're doing is arbitrarily targeting students, which he said is wrong. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes next, because we, of course, expect the Trump administration to appeal, and this could head up all the way in the Supreme Court, given what we've seen in the past, Joe.
The courts are really busy these days. We have a different federal judge who issued an injunction yesterday. This one blocks the White House from dismantling the Department of Education. It actually calls for the employees who were fired to be reinstated. So like the case you just mentioned, could this one also end up before the Supreme Court? And just as a practical matter, are these people who were just let go, are they going to head back to their jobs now anytime soon?
Well, this is a key question. The judge essentially said that the Trump administration is saying two things at the same time, and they're not squaring them very well. So the judge said first that it's been very clear through the confirmation process of the Department of Education secretary, as well as the president's own words, that they want to dismantle the Department of Education. But they're saying in court, well, no, we're just trying to target certain employees for efficiency's sake. And I want to read to you, again, when you look at exactly who is being targeted and what the judge is saying, they said that the administration must reinstate federal employees whose employment was terminated on or after January 20th, which, by the way, was Inauguration Day. And then the judge is also saying that the moves were necessary to restore the department to status quo that is able to carry out its statutory functions. The judge also said that these cuts by the Trump administration are impacting some of the most vulnerable populations of students in our country. We're talking about special needs students, students who really need the backing of the federal government for civil rights cases. We've seen a lot of offices that deal with civil rights cases closed under this administration. So this is a judge saying, look, we're going to take it all the way back from the beginning of this. Whether or not the employees actually get their jobs back is a very big question, because the Trump administration says that they're going to immediately appeal. So if they immediately appeal, they might find a way to not be able to reinstate people, though, as you said, the judge is saying you have to give people back their jobs.
Yeah, we know we've seen a lot of stopping and starting when it comes to these issues about people losing their jobs and then getting them back. Yamiche, while I have you, I want to ask you about this private dinner that President Trump held last night at his National Golf Club in Virginia. It was for more than 200 crypto investors. They actually won a contest after buying his meme coin. There are bipartisan concerns that Mr. Trump is basically selling access to build his personal wealth. I know he saw protests outside the event. It was not open to the press, but what are we learning about it?
Well, it's really interesting because I think you have to really underline the fact that this is bipartisan criticism. Both Republicans and Democrats say that this really does look like the president could be unduly influenced by people who just spent millions and millions of dollars to have access to this event, including foreign governments, including other possible bad actors. We don't know much about this dinner. The White House continued to say that this was not an official White House event, that he was going there as his personal capacity. But when she was pressed, the White House press secretary, to say, well, guess what? President Trump, he's the president all the time. And will the White House commit to giving us the names of the people that were at the dinner? The White House press secretary did not make that commitment, and she continued to say that this was really in his personal capacity. So we have no idea who had dinner at this event where, again, people spent upwards of $17 million per seat in order to be in a room with President Trump. So definitely something that we're going to continue to try to follow here, Joe.
All right, no doubt. Yamiche, thank you so much. Appreciate appreciate it. Now, this morning, the priorities laid out in President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill are one step closer to becoming a reality. After House Republicans pulled that all-nighter to get the legislation passed, well, details about what's in the bill are coming into clearer focus. And despite victory in the House, the bill's future in the Senate is uncertain. NBC News Chief Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles explains.
This was no doubt a big win for President Trump and the House Speaker Mike Johnson. But there is a long way to go before this big, beautiful bill becomes a big, beautiful law.
A major victory for President Trump after his signature legislative package cleared a big hurdle, narrowly passing the House. Speaker Mike Johnson making good on a promise to pass the bill before the holiday weekend.
The House has passed generational, truly nation-shaping legislation to reduce spending and permanently lower taxes for families and job creators.
The massive 1,000-page bill delivers a slew of President Trump's campaign promises, including extending $4.5 trillion in tax cuts passed in the first Trump administration, eliminating income taxes on tips and overtime, and provides billions of dollars in funding for the border wall and mass deportations. It also makes changes to Medicaid, imposing work requirements for the able-bodied adults without dependents in order to stay on the program. Democrats oppose it, saying it will lead to millions losing health coverage.
This day may very well turn out to be the day that House Republicans lost control of the United States House of Representatives.
But the bill now faces a rocky path in the Republican-held Senate.
The Senate's going to want to put its own stamp on this. We'll write our own version of the bill.
Senate Republicans can only lose 2 votes, and GOP senators are already saying the bill does not cut spending enough.
We are stealing from our children and grandchildren, and that's why there's no way I'm going to vote for this bill in its current form.
And lawmakers have set a deadline of July 4th to get this bill passed through the Senate. But many senators already admitting that may be a bit of an ambitious timeline.
All right, Ryan, thank you. Memorial Day weekend is upon us, marking the unofficial start of summer. But rainy and unseasonably cold weather in parts of the country could put a chill on your travel plans. Plenty of Americans are going to be traveling. About 45 million are expected to hit the roads and take to the skies. Many are encouraged by lower than average gas prices. Because of that, AAA says most of the folks who are traveling more than 50 miles from home, well, they're driving to their destinations this weekend. But for those who are flying, you need to make sure your driver's license will get you through security. Remember, those Real ID rules are now in full effect. NBC News correspondent Marissa Parra is at Chicago's O'Hare Airport and has a preview of what you can expect this weekend.
Well, as you can see behind me, there is already a lot of travelers on the move here at Chicago O'Hare Airport. AAA projects 45 million Americans to be on the move through the Memorial Day weekend. That is expected to soar to numbers we haven't seen in decades. But depending on where you're going in the country, you may want to make sure you pack your umbrellas. We are seeing a rare May nor'easter, which is really putting a damper on some Memorial Day plans in other parts of the country, particularly in New England. We saw those temperatures dip, which, of course, may interfere with some of the plans to sit by the pool or the beach or barbecue outside. But listen, we are still seeing a large number of travelers. That will not change. The majority of them, as usual, taking to the roads. So regardless of how you're traveling, just remember, there's a couple of things. If you're traveling by road, you want to travel in the morning, late at night to avoid the peak congestion when it comes to those traffic numbers. And then here at the airport, this is the first holiday we're going to see since those Real ID requirements first came out. So just, of course, if this is your first time hitting the airport, don't forget that as you head out the door.
All right, Marissa, thank you so much. Let's get the full weekend forecast and how it's going to impact your holiday plans. Meteorologist Angie Lastman's tracking everything for us. Angie, good morning.
Hello, hello, Joe. Yes, we've got a big holiday weekend, lots of travel on deck, and unfortunately some weather to potentially interrupt that or give you a bit of a headache. Here's what we've got going on right now. Yesterday, it was quite soggy across the Northeast thanks to a nor'easter. That's on its way out, but we've still got some of these kind of showers and snow showers, really, that we're dealing with along with that wind across that region. We've also got some of these thunderstorms that are going to to start to ramp up across the middle of the country. If you're going to travel on I-80 or in portions of southern Texas this morning, likely running into a couple of wet spots. Out west, all is quiet, but this is really the trouble spot this morning, early especially. Notice some of that snow. This is going to be something that we deal with for parts of northern New England here through the day today before we turn our attention to the middle of the country. We've got a new storm system that's going to increase those chances for showers and storms across parts of the central parts of the country, specifically east of the Rockies. We'll see that severe risk stretching from Nebraska to Arkansas. And then even as we get into your Saturday and unfortunately your Sunday, we've got more rain on the way and we've got more potential for strong storms. So this is going to hamper some of those outdoor plans and unfortunately make travel difficult on the roads and in the air over the next couple of days. We're specifically concerned about the heavy rain that we're expecting. Anywhere from 5 to 6, even close to 8 inches of rain for localized amounts will be possible with multiple days and periods of heavy rain during that time frame. So heads up for that, especially if you're going to be driving. Big picture look for your Saturday for tomorrow. It's those strong storms I just mentioned, but boy, does it look great out west. We've got sunny and hot conditions, feeling like summer for the unofficial start of summer. Not quite the case across the Northeast. We'll get rid of the rain and we'll see plenty of sunshine, even stretching down to the south, but temperatures are going to run a little bit below normal for this time of year. That sticks with us for that same region for tomorrow. Still severe storms in the middle of the country, and honestly, still great conditions out west. This is something that will last into Memorial Day, but notice, Joe, all of the red and yellow and orange on the map there, stretching from the plains to the southeast. It's going to be severe storms, heavy rain, and for that reason, airports in that area probably going to be a little difficult to get in and out of.
All right, but speaking of red, orange, and green, we match this background beautifully here. This is like a look we got going on. Angie, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Grammy Award-winning musician Kid Cudi testified yesterday in the federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The singer gave explosive testimony about his time dating Combs' ex, Cassie Ventura, and the dramatic encounters with Combs that he says followed. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas has the latest on the trial.
Musician Kid Cudi, what are you expecting today? Taking the stand, testifying that his one-year relationship with Cassie Ventura led to dangerous run-ins with her ex, Sean Diddy Combs. The Grammy-winning musician, well known for tracks like Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness, alleging that Combs was involved in a 2012 incident in which a Molotov cocktail exploded in his car. These images of the damaged Porsche shown to the jury. Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Mescudi, says he filed a police report at the time, but Combs' defense team noted he was never charged in connection to the crime. Kid Cudi also telling the jury that he called the police after Combs allegedly broke into his Hollywood Hills home when he was dating Ventura, though no charges were filed there either. The testimony, a key part of the government's claim that Combs led a racketeering conspiracy.
The government, for racketeering, needs to prove that Combs had this enterprise and they engaged in these additional crimes, one of which can be arson. So the burning of the Porsche with a Molotov cocktail, that can suffice for the government.
Kid Cudi also testified that Ventura confided in him about Combs' physical abuse. These images of Ventura's bruised body shown in court earlier this week, taken by her mother, who testified they were a result of Combs' jealousy over her daughter's relationship with Kid Cudi.
This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me.
Combs faces 5 criminal counts and up to life in prison. He has pleaded not guilty. The prosecution still has 4 more weeks before they turn things over to Combs' defense team, and the big question is, will he testify in his own defense?
Chloe, thank you so much. Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos. Danny, we just saw you in that piece talking about the importance of the Molotov cocktail. Talk about why that is so critical in this case, especially when it comes to racketeering conspiracy.
Combs is not charged with arson. In fact, he's not charged with assault or rape or all these other crimes that we've actually heard a lot of evidence about. But the reason arson is critical is that the government has alleged that Combs had this association, including his companies, but other people as well, and it was a criminal enterprise. And to further that criminal enterprise, the government needs to show at least 2 additional crimes that were part of the conspiracy, and one of those is arson. So testimony about the Molotov cocktail in the Porsche goes towards the government's burden as to that arson showing. If that's the predicate crime they want to focus on.
You talk about these allegations, the car break-in, the car incident, the break-in, that he wasn't charged in those incidents. Does that matter?
It doesn't matter for these purposes. And you may be asking yourself with a lot of these crimes, hey, number one, why isn't he charged with these? And then number two, aren't these state crimes? I mean, arson, rape, domestic violence, quintessential state crimes. Well, the government has these additional crimes, racketeering, of which part of their burden of proof can be showing these local state crimes. But it's really the federal crime is this criminal enterprise that the government needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Anything else stand out from Kid Cudi's testimony that you think might help the prosecution?
Yes, and it's a good example this is an example of evidence that's more sensational than evidence that goes directly to the elements they have to prove. But what emerged was just how jealous and irrational Combs allegedly was. I mean, I can understand being jealous of a relationship, but breaking into somebody's house, locking their dog in the bathroom, rummaging through their things, these are things that are not as bad as arson, at least in terms of elements for the defense, but it makes Combs look terrible. And it just further establishes that the defense is going to have to, in their closing, double down on the theme of, you may think that my client is a generally bad guy and he does a lot of bad things. But that doesn't mean he did what he's charged with in this court. And that's because the government's burden here is a little more complicated than traditional crimes such as arson, rape, assault, those kinds of crimes.
Chloe mentioned we've got a Memorial Day break now, so the trial's going to resume on Tuesday. The prosecution looks like has 4 weeks left before turning things over to the defense. How do you sum up how the prosecution's doing so far? What else does it need to do to try and prove its case?
Prosecution is doing very well in the sense that have they put all the evidence in that they need to make their prima facie case? And I would say yes. The question is whether or not these witnesses are credible, or if the witnesses also gave the defense some valuable evidence as well, which I think they have to some degree. There has been evidence, for example, that Ventura made choices to stay in the relationship. And yes, they've called an expert, the government, to say that, hey, when people are locked in a violent relationship, they find it hard to leave. That's true. But the jurors may equally conclude that Ventura, for example, made deliberate choices and even participated in some of the activity that is alleged against Combs.
All right, Danny, good to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.